Welcome to the Little Dev Show. On today's episode, we are going to do my wife's favorite I told you so's in our marriage.
Let me just go through my list.
I'm just along for the ride. I'm here to defend myself.
You can attempt. You can attempt to defend yourself. It's not
All right.
gonna go well.
Her top I told you so of all time is
my top I told you so. And meaning I told you so, like, hey, you probably shouldn't do this, and then she does it anyways, and then it doesn't work, and I go, I told you so. Number one, I told you so, is the time that you were determined to move the air hockey table down to the basement by ourselves. I told you it was going to be too heavy, that we weren't going to be able to maneuver it. Our basement goes down and then has like a curve at the end. There's a curve going into the basement door also, so there's double curves.
full size.
And then,
hockey table.
like legit full-size hockey table. She was convinced we could do it ourselves.
Right that
Even
moment.
though I said, this is a terrible idea, we will not be able to get it down there ourselves, it's too heavy. We proceeded to do it anyways.
Swearing at each other.
I
almost
mostly me
smushed
swearing.
you.
Mostly me swearing. Yes, I had, of course, to go backwards. So we get it down there, only to realize we can't actually lift it up above our heads to make like the half wall turn. So we got it stuck right there. The walls are totally dinged up.
Holes everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what did we have to do?
I had to call my dad and his guys, he owns a construction business, and have them come remove the air hockey table from where it was stuck to put it down in the basement. It took
I really
a long
did.
time. There is no other exit from our basement. I almost had to crawl out the
We
emergency
had to leave
window.
it for the weekend.
We had to leave it because we were about to go out of town. And
in my mind, I made a perfect, calculated measurement, and it was gonna fit.
you did the measurement without the muscle factor. There was no muscle factor. These arms, I couldn't do it. I couldn't lift it any higher.
All right,
than
number
I
two.
already was. So that was it.
Number two. This one I'm surprised wasn't your top one. Number two, let's just start out by saying I am someone who is very determined, as you saw from the first one, to do things on my own. And if I can't do them, I will look them up. I will learn on YouTube.
It's the equivalent of looking up Dr. Google to be able to diagnose yourself. She looks up on Dr. YouTube to figure out how to do things.
And I was convinced.
Per usual, yes. You were convinced this is going to be so easy. I could do it.
I could change the brackets on my SUV hatch. That I could change them because they no longer slow closed. They were like getting stuck. And the YouTube video, piece of cake. I had
Totally
it.
easy.
I got
you
a
just put
piece
a
of
2x4 up. It holds the hatch up. You change all the brackets. Piece of cake. So
Had it.
she goes. I go out to check on her. Didn't hear too much swearing, so I was like, oh, I better go make sure, it didn't like close on her head or anything. Go out there. She's like, babe, I did it. I got one of these done. It was so easy. I was like, wow, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, that's pretty sweet. She goes, yeah, piece of cake. Look. Takes the 2x4 out. Boom! Crackle, pop.
I almost
window,
died and you were mad. That thing almost sliced me.
Window shattered.
Shattered. 2 pieces.
Yeah, absolutely shattered. Glass everywhere. All in the car, all over the driveway, literally everywhere. You missed being decapitated by like an eighth of an inch.
You should have been impressed that I made it out of there.
And
you wanted to collect that life insurance.
And she realized, well, maybe I should have left the 2x4 in until I did the other side. I'm like, really? You think? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That wasn't in the YouTube instructions.
No, because that was common sense. So there's
All
another
right.
I told you so. Next time, let's just take it to the darn Goodyear dealer down the street.
Number 3 is my all-time favorite because I'm the only one that made it out of this one.
No, Kinley, our 4-year-old today, let us know that she also made it out of this one alive because she doesn't wear shoes. She hates shoes. So she didn't lose her shoes in this catastrophe.
I did not lose my shoes in this catastrophe either.
So we have a boat and we take it on the river all the time.
It's on a busy river with tour boats. Huge waves.
Mm-hmm.
They overtake, can swamp the front of your
pontoon
if you don't ride the wave carefully.
Yes. So she wants to clean the boat every time before we leave the beach because there's sand everywhere. She takes everybody's crap off the boat and shoves it onto the front or on the sand cleans the boat, Crocs and flip-flops. She throws them on the front of the boat. I say, honey, I don't think that's a good idea. You're gonna forget they're up there. She goes, it'll be fine. I got this. I'm like, okay, whatever. So
it was fine. I left with my shoes. It was absolutely fine.
Quickly getting all the kids on. We're leaving. I'm focused on children. That is my role. I am focused on children. We get swamped with tour boat waves the whole way back. We don't realize until we get back and docked that none of our shoes. Oh, actually, that's a lie. All of our left shoes are there.
Left shoe.
Left shoe only. On every pair of shoes that was missing, it was the left shoe.
And everybody's shoe, except for Kinley, who doesn't wear them, and me, who I don't know why both mine were there. It was like a sign from above that somebody wanted to make sure my shoe
with both of them. So I could beat you with both of them. So, needless to say, and of course, our kids had like decent Adidas and Nike
and
flip-flops. So
then when I had to go take everyone to the mall to replace them, I somehow ended up with $40 sparkle pink Crocs for the one kid who didn't even lose her sandals.
That was your fault.
All right, number 4.
Oh, this is a good one. The grill.
Number 4, grill on the boat.
It's welded, so it's literally on the side of the boat with bolts.
But you can spin it.
You can spin it in and out. We don't move our boat often. We decided to take it out of the water and clean it. And it's pretty narrow through where we were doing it, and there's a lot of trees. So I followed along with the kids in the golf cart to help her navigate the narrow roads.
She was supposed to be the director.
Again, 3 children. I'm watching 3 children, making sure they stay out of the way of the trailer, the boat, and the car, and the golf cart. I get the kids on the golf cart. She decides that she doesn't want to wait for me. I'm going too slow with the 3 children. So she starts to go.
I was going to clear it.
No, you were never clearing it.
I was clearing it without the grill.
Yeah, she forgot that the grill was on the side and she had not twisted it in. So where did the grill go? It went bam against a tree and fell off.
Hey, we were able to fix it. So that one was like...
No, our welder friend was able to fix it. Thank God, because you can't buy a grill like that.
It wasn't I told you so, because you told me maybe we should just have somebody else who regularly moves their boat. I said, no, babe,
I got this.
I got it. Number 5.
You haven't moved the boat since. Number 5.
The umbrella.
The umbrella in the car. Well, this
one
summer,
was not my fault.
Yes, it was.
I'm telling this story, okay? Here's how this happened. My mom,
Enlighten us.
70, little bit of a space cadet. Her men in her house.
I wonder who she passed that on to.
Her men in her house are not handy, like moi. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
And they were not helpful in securing down umbrellas that go to 2 decks, 2 umbrellas to her tables. And one kind of was like starting to like lift and flap on a really, really windy day. And I said, Mom, I don't know, she's adding something to the
No, I'm drawing a sketch.
I said, Mom, do you not like tighten those? They can go into that holder and tighten so that they don't blow away. And she's like, oh, we couldn't get it. It was a piece of cake. I got it in 5 seconds. I just went and got tools and tightened it. And I asked her, how about the one up there? I haven't seen that one move. Is that one tight? And she said yes. So I assumed that it was tight. Jamie looked at me and said, are you sure you don't want to check that one? And I said, I'm sure that one's fine. I haven't seen it move.
Here's the diagram
2
of what
seconds
happened.
later.
No, here it is. Although, is it backwards? It is. Okay,
It's
so
backwards.
here's the house. My car is on the other side of the house. Here is the umbrella, the devil umbrella, as I've named it. And then the pool. The pool is right here where we're all swimming and hanging out.
I didn't want to get out of
Gust
the pool.
of wind. Yeah. Gust of wind. Umbrella goes up over the freaking house. Over the freaking house. And lands where? Of course, straight through my windshield of my car.
It wanted
Shattered.
some shade.
Yeah. Shattered. So devil umbrella went through over the house and through. And she's standing there, ha 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 ha, until I go, the car, and she goes, oh shit.
I believe
And
I said,
bolts-
it's not going to hit it.
Yeah,
And then I
until
was
we
like,
heard bing. We're like, oh shit, it hit. Well, so she goes bolting through the house, and sure enough, umbrella through the car window, which it could have been way worse. It could have gone through one of the sunroofs of the car because that would have really ruined it. But regardless, it was
it
definitely
was
an I
the
told you
cheapest
so.
option. Cheapest
For
option.
sure. But it was still an I told you so because I said, I think you need to check the umbrella. And you went, it's fine. I went, okay.
I told you so.
Yeah, I told you so.
All right, we're going with number 6.
which is checking the radar. Again, we have a boat. We like to boat a lot. We go out on the boat often. Sometimes the weather is unpredictable.
It could be beautiful out
and then
change in an instant.
And it rolls in fast.
Or it could be crappy and you're like, don't see like a storm, so we can go out.
And then it lightens up. You just never know. You got to pay attention to the radar when the dark clouds come in. We go out one day and I'm looking up and we're at the sandbar and I'm looking and I'm like, that looks pretty dark over there, Dad. Did you check the radar? She's like, I checked it, it's fine. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, it's gonna roll right over us. It's supposed to go that way. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. That was the day that we had to throw everything on the boat as fast as humanly possible, chuck all the kids on. We were under the bimini in the way back with the rain pelting us, with the kids all huddled under the bimini, and I've got like a blanket or a big towel like over all of them trying to cover them. And I said, hey, I told you so.
All right, this one's my favorite. I know it. I'm surprised it's low on the list. But when Jamie was pregnant,
it's been a while.
I didn't have a baby until after her. I wasn't going to have a baby. That's a whole nother story. But I didn't know what it was like to have morning sickness. And I was that typical dude who was like, are you sure this isn't in your head?
I was pretty much puking like the second I was pregnant. Although I was pregnant with twins.
Time. Couldn't go anywhere. You are typically the driver. I'm the passenger princess most of the time. So I had to drive during pregnancy because you were always throwing up. So that was number one problem. Number two was smells set you off. And because I didn't believe in the whole, so I'm going to get eaten alive for this.
You are.
Can I say that after having a baby?
Rightfully so.
And I apologized.
You did.
Right? I apologized. And I took the I told you so upon myself when I got pregnant and said, babe, I will bow at your knees. I will bow at your feet. I apologize.
Yeah, you had like 1 hour of pregnancy.
And I was sorry for months.
I puked my brains out for like 18 weeks.
And I said, you told me so. Because now I believed it. But you told me, please don't get that McDonald's. I'm telling you, if you get that McDonald's breakfast, I'm going to throw up. I was like, you look great today. I'm going to get this McDonald's.
You're going to push me over the edge.
We made it out of the parking lot.
Down one street before I said you need to pull over. And she went, for real? I'm going to puke on you unless you pull over. And I proceeded to puke for, a good few minutes there. It was rough. It was one of the rougher times. And she went, really? Because of the McDonald's? I'm like, yes. As I said, that would make me puke.
All right. This is the most recent one. The Achilles.
Where is your boot, by the way?
I am not wearing my boot.
Yeah, because you on Dr. Google decided, even though the real doctor,
I don't even know what number we're on anymore. Number 8?
Who knows?
But this...
Okay, no, I get to tell this one. Here's the story. My wife likes to think she's 15 still, even though she's nearing 40.
I'm in shape.
Yeah, you are not.
I have a young mind.
You're nearing, yes, that is true. Hence why I say I have a 4th child most of the time. And as you can see by my I told you so, you probably agree. Okay, so
rude.
She decided to play in the staff student basketball game. She's a teacher. So she put on her 16-year-old.
Just so it's on the record.
Stretching did you no good. She put on her 16-year-old hat, like, yeah, I'm gonna go whoop these kids' butts.
I pump fake, fast break, pump fake. Kid goes flying over me. Oh, basketball tits too. Oh, yeah, kid goes flying over me. Score. Crowd goes wild.
And she limps off the court. Limps off the court. Comes home. Literally, like, cannot walk. I'm like, what did you do? She's like, I played the game and I think I tore something. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. The last time she played basketball, she tore the arch in her foot and required a surgery. Before the game, I texted her and said, please do not play like you're a teenager.
And be
careful and don't get injured because we have a lot of fun things we want to do with kids over there.
And I walked in the house and
required
you said,
2 legs.
I told you so.
Yeah.
That was the last told you so.
Yeah. So a lot of I told you so's in this house.
So you guys should check out my TikTok, The Little Dove Show, because I think I'm going to do a series now of wife's told you so's. And we'll run the funny told you so's as they happen, because I'm sure there's way more than these 10.
There are.
And then there's ones every day, little ones every day. So yeah, follow us on TikTok and you'll get little clips of our told you so's. I mean, how much you love me, though. Come on.
Clearly a lot.
Well, your life would be boring without me. And my told you so.
There'd be a lot less fixing things, for sure.
Okay, bye now.